Youth runner here with Laguna Hills sophomore standout Nourse, 1851, winner of the Division 4 girls varsity race with the 76 Mount SAC Invitational. Now talking about a 3-mile course that concludes on the track. But Hannah, if you'll indulge me before we talk about today, to be able to have the level of competition that you had last week at OC Championships, where you're surrounded by all these amazing women that you certainly belong with, and then today it's kind of like going back to you pushing the pace all by yourself. Is that a mental switch for you?
Yes, it is definitely a mental switch because it's easier in a faster race. It's easier to go off them, but when I'm by myself, I feel myself getting tired, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. But when I'm in a fast race, I'm always being pushed, so it is a big switch in my brain. It's like, oh, wait, I need to keep myself going faster so I can get a good time.
How encouraged were you about just responding to that challenge? I mean, obviously it was so windy, it was so dry out there, but you just showed so much courage, so much will, so much determination. How affirming was that for you to be like, okay, we're in a really good place midway through the season, let's just stay healthy and get to the postseason.
Yeah.
So how encouraging was that experience for you, considering how challenging the day was and the conditions?
Yeah. It was really challenging because I didn't expect that much wind to be there, and it was like, whoa, but I just kept pushing on, and today it was really different because there was not a lot of wind, it was just heat.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, so I know what it is because I practiced in these types of conditions. So it's like, oh, I just turned it on and go.
Absolutely. So the fact that once upon a time when people would come off reservoir and they get on the airstrip, it's like, okay, I already need to be opening up my stride and going. Did you kind of have to be a little bit more patient and measure yourself, knowing that it's like immediately to your right and to my left right now is where the finish used to be?
Yeah.
Obviously now it's 300 meters on the track behind me and obviously facing you. So how did you kind of set that up in your mind this time?
Well, on the way down to reservoir, I was like, okay, it's not the finish right here, it's the finish over there. So I had to, of course, keep opening my stride. But then when I got to the track, I was like, it's go time. Because I could see the finish, so over here I just paced myself, just the same pace, just a little faster. But here I just started to go and I just went.
It's almost like a switch flips, right?
Yep.
Like you see the track for the first time and it's like, okay, now I go from being Nourse 3-mile runner to Nourse 800 runner, 1600 runner,
yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
Last thing, just obviously you are a woman for all climates, all courses. I know that you're going to rise to the occasion no matter what, but just to be able to kind of visualize this now, whether it was going to be in a varsity race, a sweepstakes race, but just to be back on this course and to visualize it, how beneficial is that going to be for you for section prelims and finals?
I think it's going to be really helpful because then I know what I'm going to look for. This was totally new, the 300 meters, but now I have in my reference box what I'm expecting. So it'll be a huge advantage to me during prelims.
And when you got to 150, 100 to go and came around that curve and were you able to pick up the clock at all? To kind of drive you to be
Yeah.
I better get out of here sub 19.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I panicked a little bit. I was like, okay, go. And I was like, oh, go. And then, yeah.
You certainly did. It was fantastic. 1851. We know that with more competition and obviously even more favorable conditions in section prelims and finals, that time is going to drop significantly. Until then, stay healthy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.